Hi, I'm Senator Rollan Roberts, Vice Chair of the Senate Education Committee, and I wanted to share with you some information about a very important bill that's made it onto the Senate floor beginning Monday, and that is House Bill 2013. House Bill 2013 has been dubbed as the Hope Scholarship Bill, or the Education Savings Account Bill is what it used to be called. It attempts to give hope to some struggling children and to families that are hurting. It's an attempt to make a way of escape for children who, for whatever reason, are slipping through the cracks of the public education system. Now, this applies to all children everywhere across the state of West Virginia, where there's a system that will be put in place if House Bill 2013 makes it to the finish line. And you know, all parents and teachers even understand that there are just some children that they just don't fit into the big box, kind of one-size-fits-all traditional education setting. By the way, this happens in private schools as well as in traditional private schools as well as traditional public schools, where some children just struggle to fit in. And this bill, the Hope Scholarship, is designed to be able to target and help those kids with the needs that they have in their lives and thereby help the whole family. Now, the way this is accomplished is by giving about 1/3 of what normally is given and allotted for children to be educated by the state and federal government. This is somewhere around a little over $12,000. About $4,600, the state average, is something that it would be this year per child that would be put into an account, and the parents would have the ability to have a third-party management organization operated under the State Secretary of Treasury's office to administrate those costs and those needs for educating their children. It would be service providers that would be on a list and be on an approved list to be able to pay for those needs to help those children. 2/3 of the state and federal funding will remain with the traditional public school system. Now, this is even though they won't have any responsibility for educating the children any longer. They will be able to still retain 2/3 of that money. So the county schools will still be covered and protected. It's just about 1/3 that will be transferred over into the savings accounts. The bill, I want you to know, is not an attempt to criticize public educators in any way, but it is an indictment against the defenders of a broken education system that seems to continually embrace a status quo mentality and rejects oversight, review, or any attempt to improve the system. The truth is that 2021 marks the 90th anniversary year of the last time education was really reformed in West Virginia. I don't know if you knew that or not. It was 90 years ago that the system was tweaked. That's when we went from hundreds of magisterial districts to the 55 county board system. That was 90 years ago. You know, a lot's changed in the last 90 years. I think we could improve upon the system if people would just work together and begin to collaborate. But, of course, we have resistance and refusal by many that causes a problem with getting needed resources to classrooms, to the public school kitchen workers and the needs there, and supporting areas of our public schools that are really in desperate need. It just seems like the money doesn't get down to the classroom anymore. Now, please understand that a system, no matter where it is, a system has no heart, it has no soul. Therefore, systems must be made accountable to those people whom they serve. Now, in this case, we're trying to make a way so that those who are struggling and hurting can get some help. And of course, that's the children first and foremost. And who is it that should be there for the children? Well, it's the parents. Unfortunately, we live in a day where a lot of the parents are not what they should be. Grandparents are rearing their grandchildren. All sorts of problems are going on. I want you to know that included in this mix, especially with the COVID pandemic, we've not had good educational outcomes in the last year. Children have fallen behind. I realize we're not the only ones dealing with that, but the fact is we are dealing with it and we must face that. Higher education is struggling as a result of that happening. Certainly all levels of K through 12 system are struggling with that. Public educators and service personnel are also trapped in that system, which unfortunately has developed into a top-heavy administrative central office, kind of a hierarchy, and unfortunately sometimes that system takes precedence over the needs of the individuals, whether it be teachers or service personnel or support personnel or the students who are supposed to be at the top of the list of importance. So we have some people in our legislature that have determined that they want to get behind and support our House counterparts. They passed this off of the House floor 2 times. All sorts of things going on with it. Now it'll be on the Senate floor, and I encourage you to contact your senators and let them know that you stand with them in trying to improve and help children in West Virginia. It's important for us to work together. House Bill 2013 is the bill's number. It's called the Hope Scholarship. Everybody will know what you're talking about. And I want you to know that it will be available for any public school educator, teacher, service personnel, support personnel. Any of those families are also able to take advantage of the Hope Scholarship if they have a child that has some unique education, academic circumstances going on. Then they can be able to even have their children involved in the Hope Scholarship and help them get the help they need. Now let me say one final thought. Parents have basically a 13-year window to get their children educated. And if those kids are not educated in that 13-year window, they will have a limit and a ceiling on them for the rest of their life. We don't want that for our kids. We've been through troubled times. There's been all sorts of confusion in recent years concerning the situation with public educators and legislators alike, and I can't defend everything on either side, quite honestly, but I will tell you that we need to reach out and do some things differently. If we keep doing the same things that we've done in the past, we will keep getting the same results. I don't know about you, I'm not satisfied with those old results. I'd rather reach out and attempt to help those children more than we ever have in the past. That is what the Hope Scholarship is all about.